Hi, Sophie. How are you?
Good morning, Nalima. How are you?
I'm great. I'm great.
Good.
So
It's a
your
good.
meditation is over now?
I did a quick one. I'll do a little more afterwards. It's a good thing
Okay.
I woke up a minute. I just woke up about 20 minutes ago because I was gonna set my alarm for another half hour, and I thought, let me check and see when the meeting is.
Okay,
Otherwise,
you are just in time. Just in time.
yeah, I
Just
just made
now.
it.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. So
So, how are you
yeah,
doing?
I'm great. And how all that has been going? All that Villa Joy uh, activities.
It was good. I didn't have any visitors yesterday, but I had two Thursday. An artist, a new woman artist friend,
Hmm.
and then the widower of one of my friends here who died a year ago came. He's
Oh.
good to know he's getting out now. He's bowling, and he came to just
Hmm.
come by and say hi. So it was a good. It's good. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you have opened that painting and everything already?
Yeah. Last week was the opening, and there were a lot of people in the shop, and everybody who came in the shop looked at everything, looked at my stuff and everyone else's. So it got some exposure already. No sales yet, but that's okay.
Hmm.
Whatever's fine. It gives the people in the gallery a chance to get to know the other co-op artists. It gives them a chance to get to know me, and it's just a fun thing to do here in town. So
Yes,
yeah.
yes. Yeah.
Yeah, the Strawberry Festival is coming up on the 27th. So that's the next thing everybody here is getting ready for.
Hmm.
There'll be vendors on the bridge and strawberry lemonade and all kinds of stuff to buy. You know how that goes.
Wow.
Yeah, be fun.
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
and the grand opening is the next day, Sunday the 28th. So that Saturday of the festival, I'm gonna share a booth with a girlfriend and her husband, and pass out business cards and tell people to come. And so we'll see. You know,
Yes, yes, yes.
yeah, it'll be a chance to tell more people about it.
Yeah.
And what's
Even
so what's how about for you? That's a lot for me. Yeah.
yeah.
What's
Yeah.
what's been going on with you?
So I have posted my 150th article in LinkedIn. It is
Yay.
going to be 160 in another 2-3 days.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Almost every day I post something. The letter that you get, no, the email, that becomes
Mm-hmm.
an article and I post it. So I do just one time work and it becomes a letter, it becomes a post in Facebook, and it becomes an article in LinkedIn. Yes.
Good for you.
And
160 almost. Wow.
160 and 1280 plus videos now in my channel.
Holy cow.
Yeah, all
You're a
raw.
very visible woman.
So not many subscribers as yet, because I am very unconventional, I'm not very traditional. So I do whatever pleases me. So after some time, you will, today only I was getting that feeling that after some time, people would like to see raw videos only, because when you process the video,
Mm-hmm.
you actually you are not showing the actual person, the pause, the your mannerisms and whatever. It is just professional stuff that you are delivering, and that
Yeah.
becomes very plastic kind of thing. And maybe it is in the trend right now, but after some time it will be like the people would like to know the actual person who is not so perfect. So
Yeah. Yeah.
Then my videos will be, let's say, they are all over the place. So 1280 is not a
Wow.
small number. I don't know if anybody has, besides the big people, anybody has that many number of videos.
That's a lot. That's a
Yeah,
lot.
yeah,
Good for you. I like the
yeah.
idea of you doing them spontaneously
Yes,
because like you say, then the people get to know the everyday you, the authentic
yes, yes,
day.
yes.
And
And
there are, yeah, go
even
ahead.
if you say, even if you tell about yourself every day, you are exposing your thing every day, people will still be confused, they don't understand things that are not very traditional, not very
Yeah,
conventional. So
yeah,
I actually surprise a lot of people everywhere, uh, in Facebook and in at my office, everywhere.
sure,
Mm. And I'm
sure.
not a person with lot of friends. I have just few friends. um,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, yeah, that's how.
Good. And you never know what people will watch. I think I got the most videos, the most views when I cut my hair off a couple years ago when I, needed to be, yeah, I did it because it was all dry and everything. And I had over 300 videos before I knew it. And with the Villa Joy videos, for instance, it seems like I got more videos when it was all cruddy around me and it wasn't fixed up. The day that it opened and the day
Ah,
that I got a lot less that day. So you just never know. I
yes,
didn't
yes,
do anything. I really didn't do anything different unless by that time enough people had seen it that they knew what the place was going to kind of look like. Maybe they were
mm.
tired of watching. That could have been it. But you never
Yes,
know. You never
yes,
know.
yes.
But you're not, I don't think for you it's about numbers. You want people to respond who really feel a connection to what you're saying. Of course
Yeah,
you want of course you want lots of people to watch, but I think you like the quality of people feeling like they are
yes,
getting
yes.
something from what you're sharing.
Yeah, yeah. So I intentionally make them very long videos so that only serious people can watch.
Okay. All right. I didn't know that.
Yeah, if you make a very long video, like say about 30 minutes plus
Yeah.
videos, those are very super long.
Yeah.
Then people will see the time, and not everybody will watch. Only
Mm,
people who are really interested in whatever you are doing
yeah.
or want to
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
those
Yeah.
people will
I
come.
have to admit, I do look to see how much time do I have to allow for this one, whether it's
Yeah.
yours or anybody's. Yeah. That's
Yes.
a good observation.
So few of your videos, like the one you did while you were cutting your hair, I still
Yeah.
remember.
You
That
thought,
video, it was it was like the craziest thing that could have happened. Actually, I watched and I showed to my daughters also, and they're saying people are people like you only.
uh, oh my God, I didn't know you remembered that.
Yes, yes, I remember very
Uh,
much. And
yeah, yeah,
yes, and that also shows what kind of person you are and what topic you will be dealing with. And so that is an intro kind of thing. And so people who would be interested in that kind of thing, they will watch your video for sure.
hmm,
Yeah.
yeah. Wow. Well,
Yeah.
um, another one here recently that I did. I don't know if you happen to see this. I did it on a Sunday, either going to church or after church. It was a video of the way that cars are parked on the street in both directions. Right away, that got all kinds of videos. It was very short. I said this is going to be a short one, and I don't think it was more than 25 seconds. But I just showed that in Alderson, people park in any direction, at least on Sunday in front of church, and
Yeah.
it got all kinds of crazy views. That's like, what? So it just makes me laugh. Just makes me laugh. You never know.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah. So, oops, wait a minute. Oh, I dropped the phone. Yeah, I don't know if Ernest is going to be on here. When I talked to him yesterday, I asked him and he wasn't sure. But is it just you and me at this moment? You and I are the
Yes,
ones talking?
yes. And to just light that that statement of mine that we should be connecting at 6:30. But again, she must have got confused. No, she gets confused about the timing very
Yeah.
often.
Okay.
And yes, Ernest and yeah, Ernest also gets confused. Maybe in some time he will be
Yeah.
here.
Okay. There's no special reason I asked that. I just wasn't going to say this. I was going to wait and not have to repeat it. Yesterday, Thursday night, Thursday evening was the city council meeting here.
Okay.
And so I went with the intention of letting the mayor and everyone on the city council know about the idea of making Uyo a sister city in Nigeria. And I really had to concentrate on getting the prejudices out of my head about the mayor, because he's a very effective mayor, but he is under indictment for some personal behavior that he has gotten himself and one of his children in. And it's not just happened once, it's happened twice. So, a lot of people are way upset about that. They want him out of his job and all that kind of stuff. And I never really knew the guy. So I needed to work on taking that out of my head and some other stories that I had heard, so I could have a fair shot at being, not looking at him with an evil eye as I talked to him. And I was able to do that. I had 5 minutes at the end of the meeting to say what I had to say. And when I walked in, he and two other council members were already sitting down, and then an engineer that was a guest. And so I came in with a smile on my face. I said good evening to everyone as I signed my name in, and then took a seat. And he said hello, and he listened to everything that I said, and said, well, I know nothing about the projects or the program, so if you will send me information, I will take a look at it. He said we can't do anything about it now because of knowing nothing about it, but I was pleasantly surprised. And Ernest had already prayed about it. He sent me angels, to be with me. And I just was hoping that he wouldn't say something like, no, we have enough going on here, I'm not interested, and he never said that. So I was way happy. I was way happy.
Congratulations.
Yeah. So
Yes.
I sat there for I was happy to hear what he had to say. Maybe he will want to have a personal meeting with me afterwards. Maybe not. It doesn't matter really, but I'm going to email him what I found online about the Sister City program, because it does say, as I said to him that evening, it starts with the mayors of the two cities traditionally having making an agreement, and then there's all kinds of help you can get from the organization about how to go forward. And so I even mentioned that I mentioned Ernest would, of course, be more than willing to talk with everyone. We know he likes to talk like us. And I even mentioned, because the police chief was there at the meeting, and he's African American. I don't know where his family is from, but he mentioned how he is short staffed. So I figured it was a good place to say to the board that Ernest had a friend. I don't know if he mentioned this when you and I were talking, when we were all together, but he has someone in the States who came to Nigeria, helped people there get green cards, and then brought them back here as caregivers. Because we need lots of people here, especially since COVID. A lot of people are now working from home, did not go back to their jobs, and a lot of people got governmental money because they lost their jobs. So it changed the workforce. We've never had a shortage of employees like we do now. And in some areas it's more critical than others. And I can understand why someone who brought trained caregivers back for employment, I can understand why he was probably, those people were probably well received. So I just wanted everybody to know some of the advantages of being a sister city, whether it be because of employment or education. You trade students, at entrepreneurial stuff. I would imagine you could create whatever you want, whatever kind of exchange that you want. So I was just happy that the first time I talked to the council, I didn't trip over my words and sound like an idiot, right? So that part, in 5 minutes, I didn't make a mess of anything. So we'll see, once I send him the information, what happens. They only meet once a month, so I will get it to him in the next couple days, and then see whether see whether in June they bring it up at the council meeting. We'll see.
Yeah, great progress.
Yeah, and I told Ayantu I would send her some money through Western Union, just because it seems to be the simplest. And then I asked her to let me know how much she is able to buy with what I send. I'm not sending a large amount. And we'll see how far that goes. And then that will give me some idea of what she actually needs, in the dollar translation for where she can shop for what painting stuff she needs. So that's the latest with me.
Yeah, her problem is the same stuff that she can buy from Canada, that will be cheaper for her rather than buying in Ethiopia. Ethiopia is a very costly place. That is what she was saying. So the money you send might be enough if she carries those stuff, because she is still in Canada, I think so. Maybe in 2 days, 2 or 3 days, she'll be back. But again, she will come back there. She will go back there and do some final arrangement. That is what she was saying last time.
Oh, I didn't know she wasn't in Ethiopia. I thought you're saying she's in Canada and she should buy it when she's there.
Yeah. So she is there. She will come back. She was working in Canada. So I don't much understand how she works, but she goes back and forth to
Yeah.
Ethiopia, and she finally has decided to come to Ethiopia for good. But again, I am not very sure where from her source will come, because she has so far funded the Ethiopia, that orphanage. So, and she hasn't yet any confirmed source of income. And she is the person who is actually handling this fundraising. Maybe because they have been given a license from the government of Ethiopia to work with them, and not sure whether that also brings some kind of financial relief for them. Not very sure, but maybe she is thinking in those terms, because that is, only then she can decide to come to Ethiopia, not working, because she was sending the all the money that was required only from herself. And then when I gave some money, actually there was a confusion on my side about the credit card, you know.
Yeah.
The credit card thing has a lot of problems has happened in the past, which is why my credit card people are finicky about every transaction, no.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I told them that my credit card will be used only for international transaction, because I buy courses, I have to pay for some tools, all those kind of stuff. But
Uh-huh.
this one is going was going to an orphanage. So they asked if this is a legitimate transaction. I said it was supposed to be a smaller transaction, and it is supposed to be repeated, recurring transaction. I don't
Okay.
know what they understood about that. They actually blocked my credit card there
Oh,
itself, and then they refunded that money back to me. So now I have to explain everything to them, and no, again I
no.
have to make small tranches of donation.
Yeah.
So and each time I do that, I have to explain to them so that they are calm.
Yeah.
Means they are doing their duties, you know. But
Right. Right.
in credit, I don't know. In India, you know, there is a this customer care, and those people don't pick up
Mm-hmm.
easily, especially in case of credit card. And
Okay.
whenever if they pick up from another state. Suppose I'm at Delhi, so I'm calling from Delhi. Somebody in Hyderabad, south of
Yeah.
India, will pick up. How can he understand anything that I'm saying? And if you put down the phone and again dial somebody else from Maharashtra, some western eastern part, somebody will pick. So
Yeah.
it becomes a kind of very difficult. So
I, I can't imagine. At least here we have one language, pretty much. Uh, our biggest complaint is when somebody from another country is hired. Sometimes we have a hard time with their accents and they
yes,
and the way they speak. But I can't imagine India with all the dialects that you have. I cannot
yes,
imagine
yes.
what it must be like.
South, actually, if even if they speak very correct language, their interpretation is very different,
Yeah.
you know. And we have a habit of saying a phrase which means three sentences at
Oh,
one go.
oh, brother.
The southern people, they don't understand all those, so it becomes again a language problem. Then you have to know each everything you have to tell them in one sentence. By
Yeah.
then you will say half the thing in that way. And
one long, one very long sentence, huh?
very long yes, and no, it is a small, there is a way to speak, you know, language also.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the side, the northern side is very different than the southern side, even if
Wow.
they are saying they are speaking English or Hindi, the second language. very different. And the interpretation, they are trained to do certain kind of questions, right?
Yeah.
They will ask the same question, even if you have explained, you are done with your explanation, they will again ask.
Oh, and you want to go, I just told you that, right? Oh my goodness.
So it was like that. And ultimately they understood that the card should be blocked, and they
Yeah.
have blocked my card.
Ugh.
And then
My, ugh.
I asked them, and I asked them what happened. Now, where will you send my card?
Yeah.
The card will go to my place in Orissa, where my place is. And
Yeah.
I said that will create, like, say, very terrible situation for me,
Yep.
because there are so many payments to be done through credit card, and it is regularly happening. So
Yep.
how can I pay all those things now? So
Mm.
it was a very horrible kind of
Was a mess.
misunderstanding. Last
Yeah.
15 days, no, last week only. And then yes, now I told Ayantu that please bear with me while I am dealing with this credit card thing. She said yes.
Ugh. Yeah.
you know and
Is that
why this
was that
uh,
was that your only credit card? Was that your
yes,
only?
because
Ugh.
I have lots of incidences in the past with
Mhm.
the credit card, with PayPal system, all the systems. And
Yeah.
previously I also tried to transfer money to some country in Africa. I don't remember. It never reached that fellow. It never came back to me.
Yeah. Ugh.
This, the same with PayPal. Once I transferred to Australia, it was stuck somewhere. So I'm very afraid of this money transaction. Sometimes
Well,
it goes,
that's yeah. Go ahead.
yeah,
Go ahead.
yeah. Sometimes it is okay, but you will never know, na. The credit card doesn't track that way. And
Right.
last year something very funny happened. I had transacted some money, and then I paid. Then 4 days later, I again transacted, because now I could transact. So again I transacted, and the person asked me whether I want to convert that into EMI. I said
Mm-hmm.
yes, and he converted the entire amount, the previous transaction which I already paid, and the
Oh.
later transaction also. It became double.
Oh,
Then I
brother.
then I called the customer care. They didn't understand, and then I had to insist that please give this phone to your senior, because you are not able to clarify my thing.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a 4-hour telephone call to
Oh, that's
explain.
oh
And I lost money also in that, because this fellow said it is because you already said yes. I said yes, but again that accent problem happened. No, it was a person from the South India, and the accent is very very different, and the way they say, you will
yeah.
say yes to everything. The way they will ask,
Yeah.
and so yeah, so I'm
Well,
very.
my intuition said just start with a small amount, and Western Union has been around forever. So if it doesn't go through Western Union, then if it doesn't work that way, then I may not continue, because the other ones are, Western Union's been around since during the wars,
Hmm.
and telegrams and everything, and we'll just see how it goes. I yeah, we'll just see how it goes. But SendWave doesn't honor sending money to Ethiopia, so that was out of the picture,
Hmm.
and we'll just see what happens. But I'll do it right. I'll do it today. So if she's in Canada and it's better for her to buy paints and stuff there, I don't know if
Yes,
she'll
yes.
have, I don't know what Western Union will charge to send this amount of money. I don't know if she'll have to pay customs going back into her country. But that's why I said, tell me what you can actually buy wherever you buy it. Of course, I don't care what she's
Mm.
able to buy, but in the long run, we don't want her to lose money having to get it back into her country. So these are all unknowns, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Well,
So this time it was okay, but the credit card system, no, it was like say very confusing. So
yeah.
I now understand what is in their mind. So I have to, each time I do a transaction, I have to call them, tell them that this is a fair transaction. Don't worry about it. This is what I need to tell.
So if
Otherwise,
you do it in advance, it's better. If you let them know you're gonna do it, it's
yes,
better.
yes. So
Nope.
again, that kind of apprehension also comes. No, if you are going to tell them beforehand, they also have, or they will understand something. It is a horrible thing because they are very, they are set to that kind of mindset. They will understand nothing else other than what they have been trained for.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I often think this is what when I get off the phone, if the conversation hasn't really gone well, and I have been if I've gotten upset because they can't understand me or I can't understand them, when I get off the phone, I say, those people must have the patience of Job, because they probably get 50% of the time, they probably get somebody that gets mad at them.
Huh.
It's not personal, but when I was in New Mexico, that same thing happened. They had to send me a new card, but they wouldn't send it to me out in New Mexico. They had to send it to where I lived. And it, just like you, I was so upset with this woman on the phone. I just said I didn't call her names, but I said all the bad things I was thinking, right? By the end of the conversation, when I got to the point of saying, you know what, you just are in the wrong place at the wrong time over there. This, is not personal. I'm just out of my state with no access to money, right? And so by the time the call was over, we were laughing and joking, and she actually waited for me. Because I had a brainstorm, and I said, then you tell me how to fix this. You caused the problem because you won't send it to me here, my card to me here. So you tell me how to solve this. And I just waited for her to come up with an answer. And you know what she did? She said, is there a bank nearby? And I said, probably, but I'm not from around here, so I don't know for sure where the nearest one is. It could be 10 minutes away. She said, I will wait on the phone until you find a bank and go in and get it all taken care of. And she did. She waited until I looked up my GPS and drove like 10 minutes to a bank, and
Yes.
I had to open a brand new account at a new bank to be able to get any kind of card. But that was an exceptional moment. I think like you, I had asked for the supervisor, and that supervisor did what I needed her to do, because it was a mess. Like you said, it was a mess.
Yes.
But,
Yes.
but
Yes.
I just kept thinking, these people must have nerves of steel, or they're numb, or they're on or they're numb, or they're trained not to respond, because so many people get mad, so many people get upset.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. I told her, I said, I wouldn't have your job for anything. I'd beg on the street before I had your job. Oh my goodness. Anyway,
And it is easy for you to open a bank account at your place.
if you have ID, if you have an ID with you, and you know, and you can show that you have other accounts. Yeah. In fact, I used to have a bank account at this account back in Ohio. I had forgotten. So they
Hmm.
already had my information. So maybe that's why it got easier. But if you're putting money in, because that's what I had to do, I had to transfer the money that was still left in, there was a small amount still left in my account. And the only way I could get to it, not having a card, was to transfer it to a new bank. And
Okay.
fortunately, you know, because I had used that bank in Ohio, it worked okay. But the bank was willing to work with me, you
Oh,
know, based on my story. So
yeah,
I
yeah,
lucked
yeah.
out. I lucked out, but if it hadn't worked, you know, maybe I would have had to get in touch with someone back home and say, you know, wire me some money. I don't know what I would have done. I don't know. I would have had to use a credit card the rest of the
Yes.
time I was in. Yeah, that's what I would have done. I would have had to put any of my expenses on a credit card at a very high interest rate. But you know, if
Yeah,
that's what I would have had to do, I would have.
yeah, yeah.
So yeah, it's a tricky situation sometimes, isn't it?
Yes, yes, yes.
So
So,
did they straighten it out for you now, or you still have to call them every time
no, the
you?
money has been refunded
Oh,
from their account to my credit card. But now
oh,
the credit card is nowhere to be seen. It takes time here. That is why I asked whether the bank opens the account immediately. It is not possible in India. It
okay.
takes at least a week, and you have to visit of course, I my bank account is there in one of the bank, and I never visited that bank because net banking is there, core
Uh-huh.
banking is there. But I had to open a second bank account because of some emergency about 7 years back. I had to visit that bank twice, and it took them 7 days to
Wow.
give that open that account. And
Wow.
and the credit card thing, now the credit card goes to my place in Orissa, and then somebody has to send it to me, and then
Yes.
only I shall be able to do any transaction. That is the
Yeah.
whole issue.
Yeah.
And then it becomes very embarrassing, once having given the money,
Yeah.
it gets back, and you lose face what to do. So I told Ayantu that this has been the problem. Last
Yeah.
time also I told, eh, all kinds of confusion with credit card here, and please bear with me because this is going to happen. She
Yeah.
didn't understand much, but she said okay.
Yeah. How did she go to Canada to meet with Anita?
No, 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 no. Anita is in US. Michigan she is in.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I got confused. I was thinking that I
No,
got confused.
see, actually, Ayantu is working in somewhere in Canada, so
Okay.
she is still working. So she has to fix that up, and also the donors, the African native people from African origins, from Ethiopia maybe, they are working there in
Oh,
Canada, from which that is a source to get some donation.
oh,
So they can the same way Antu could do, but they need to be willing to do that. So that is the problem. And so far, she hasn't got any donation from that community. But
hmm,
from now on, maybe because we have spread the word. That is why I wanted to get into Anita's community because she has a very worldwide forum, and she does a lot of things for peace, and
Mhm.
that is a good forum to get. So my idea was to get small money from everybody so that it becomes manageable at the orphanage level,
Yeah.
so and it doesn't bother anybody anymore, like say giving small amount doesn't, everybody does some kind of contribution to many
Right.
things anyway. So that was my idea, to get into Vanita's community. And she also has a lot of friends everywhere, and
Mhm.
she's a good soul also.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I was pretty sure that I shouldn't use the GoFunding because she couldn't use it for art supplies then. It's earmarked for food for those kids. And so that's why I didn't send it that way, because I thought
Yeah.
she won't be able to she won't be able to do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we'll see what happens. Oh, I in the last week I got a lot of clarity with a lot of things. I got clarity with uh where Ernest's family is, where the school is, where he is. It was all jumbled in my head, and not until I had him send me his mailing address
Hmm.
so I could send him a Villa Joy certificate. That's when all the clarity started. I needed his address on paper so I
Hmm.
could see that uh, Aqua Ibom was the state, not
Hmm.
the, did I think it was? I thought that was the city he was in. And I thought Uyu was the city that his wife was in, and all of that is wrong. So I finally got clarity with that. And it's a good thing that you told me about Ayantu, because I had Anita in Canada, and the issue with the money not being able to go back and forth from Ethiopia to Canada. I mean, I had it all messed up. So it's a good thing you're clearing all this up for me.
Yes. Yes.
I wondered why. That makes sense now, because when she gave me her phone number, it sounds like a US phone number. It's 1417 yada yada yada, not like your numbers, go on forever. And I thought that looks like a US number. So now it makes more sense. In Canada, I think we're able to call back and forth just like, we can in the States, back and forth.
Okay.
That makes sense then. Okay. All
Yeah.
right. So probably then Western Union should not have any trouble getting her some money.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah. And then I have also told Dr. Anta to introduce me to her forums so that I can. My idea is to know about more ladies in her forum,
Mm-hmm.
people, and then in their way I can pitch this idea about African crusade, and also tell about those people to a bigger forum, like what they are doing. Even if they are doing small things, it matters. So,
Right.
and nobody is there to say, tell about the other person. So she has created a very good forum where somebody will tell about the other person she likes, he or she likes. So I can, out of 1,000 people, I may like say 200 people, and those 200 people I can keep on following and telling about them, their activities.
Sure.
So there is a good way of promoting those people, their activities.
Yeah.
So I love doing that. I would love to do that. So I have asked her to do that, but she has sent me a no 3-4 paragraph of something activities. I told her, just give me one thing. I'm interested in doing this particular work.
Yeah.
I'm I'm not good at poetry or anything, and not. much interested in meeting, but if that is required, then I would join their discussion or anything.
Are
But I
you
would
talking,
love
are you talking about Dr. Anita or Pat Gordy? Who are you?
Anita.
Anita. Okay. Okay.
She has a very big forum, worldwide
Yeah.
forum,
Yeah.
where she is promoting many people for their activities, and she is her objective is to create peace.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Good. Good for her. I
Huh.
contact, so what did you choose from all the things she sent you? Which one did you choose?
I chose that one. No, talking about out of 1,000 people, she has many
Yeah.
thousands people in that forum.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
may like 200 people the most,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I keep on following them
Okay.
and talk about whatever they are doing.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. So
Okay.
I would like to, I love that kind of work.
Yeah. Yeah.
So when you see very good things in somebody else, it also brings out your own thing, right?
Of course.
And yeah,
Sure.
so that is where I'm interested in for this. If I keep on doing my own exercises and for myself, it will not be inspiring for me. But if I
Yeah.
do it for somebody else, then it
Right.
inspires me that this has
Yeah.
some effect. Yes.
Right. Right. That's what's happening with Ernest and I too. Uh, you know what? I was pretty skeptical. I didn't tell him this, but I was pretty skeptical about his long list of all the things that he said he has done. And when he gave me, he'll laugh at this. Good thing he's not on here. When he gave me his address, his phone number, I mean his address to say mail him the certificate, he put founder, he put Ambassador Ernest Eisen, founder, CEO, and then the long address of the of the school, which is okay. But then he went on to say founder of something else, and I'm thinking this is just to send you a letter. It's not your resume. It was too
Oh,
funny. I said to him, I have to put all of this on an envelope, and so he cut it down a little bit,
yeah.
and
So
uh,
Antu is now here, Sophie.
okay,
Yeah.
all right. Hi, Oyantu. Well, there you are, almost.
Hello, hello. How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. Thank you. Is Sangeeta there?
Yes.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Your camera is not there.
Oh,
Yeah.
there.
Hi.
Hello. Good morning.
Good morning to you too.
Yes, still at Canada.
Yeah, I'm here. The ticket is really too high, so I'm looking.
Okay.
I think we are in a high season now.
Okay.
Yeah. What is new?
Well, I found out you're in Canada. I thought you were in Ethiopia. And so,
No, I was mentioning last time. I just came for a few vacations, so I'm going back in 2 weeks, I believe. So I'm looking for the ticket.
so are you going to buy art supplies there with hopes of getting
I
more
think
value?
it's easier to buy here. Yeah.
Okay. And you don't think you'll have to pay customs to get it back into Ethiopia?
Even if I had to pay, like it's way cheaper here, and also I might not find it there. You know what I
Okay.
find?
Okay.
That's better.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I got say it cleared up a bunch of stuff because I had you in a different place. I had Anita in Canada. I mean, my mind was a mess.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So, yeah. So I'll send it Western Union after we get off the phone. So
Okay.
you can. Will I just need your phone number? Is that all I need?
Okay. I'll text it to you now.
Head northeast toward Lolita Gardens.
I have
I
the
think you have it.
417. Yeah, that
Yeah.
417 number. Okay.
Yes.
That's all.
That's the
I
one.
think that's
That's
we'll
the
need.
yeah, that's the one in my email.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so I
I'm,
have got
I'm
a
gonna
meet-
huh?
I have got a meeting at 7:30, so that is why we started this meeting early
Yeah, I saw
today.
your text message. Let me call Margeta. So if he said he will join us, so I will be unmuting for a second and I'll get back to you.
Yeah, okay.
So you can only be on here another 15 minutes, then you got to go, right?
Yeah. So I was telling you about Sri Sri Ravi Shankar, the art of living teacher, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So today is his birthday. So
Oh,
yeah. So the whole community celebrates it. There is a meditation program as well.
nice.
So I'll be part of that meditation. That is why, yeah. It
Oh,
is.
that's
It will. It will go in several countries, I think.
uh-huh.
Yeah.
So that's what you're doing next.
So at 7:30, I'll join that program. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I hope it's a nice. I hope it's a fun celebration.
Yeah. So last on April 25th, he was here at Delhi.
Mhm.
So I went there also. It was very crowded and very late in the evening, and I have a tendency not to stay late outside my
Yeah.
home. You
Yeah.
know, that is a very childhood kind of habit.
Okay.
I don't stay outside my home after 10. So I left that place at 9. After I met him, also took his blessings, all that in a crowd, of course. And
Yeah.
yes, and it was a good thing. So those reels, those are all over the place. So at least I was there watching him.
Is that
And,
when you said you oil colored your hair? Was it for that? When you put
uh,
oil color in your hair, was it for that celebration?
no, this is because I have oiled my hair. And
No,
you know,
a couple weeks ago you said you oil colored your hair. Oh, that's what you mean. I thought you meant you colored it to celebrate to celebrate for something.
no, I have to. No, it is an elaborate process. No, that is why I made it a process.
Oh, now I
It,
get it.
yeah. So today at 12, I oiled my hair.
Yeah.
It will be go off tomorrow in the morning when I
You have to
shampoo my hair.
leave it on that long.
Yes.
Eek. Yikes. Okay. Wow. I thought you were being cool having a headscarf on.
No.
Well, you are cool, but I thought you were doing it for another reason.
No. And it is a small scarf, so it is manageable. Even if you have to wash, then a
Yeah.
small scarf, it is easier to wash.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, rather than spoiling your bed sheet and
Right.
yeah.
I want to come to India one time when everybody throws all that colored powder at one another. I want to
Yeah.
be involved. I want to be involved in that celebration. That looks like so much fun.
And nowadays it is not like that. So it's very no, people have become very indisciplined and they throw this varnish and other things also, which will stick to your
Oh,
hair.
Oh.
It is spoils. Yeah.
okay. Well, it looked like it was a very joyous celebration when I saw it in a video, probably an old video, but I
Yeah,
thought
if
that's
it is
really,
if
it looks fun.
it is in a very private in the society, within the society, then it is very joyous, of course.
Yeah. Yeah.
But if you are open in the street, then no. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I can imagine it's crazy with young kids taking advantage of it.
Yes. Hi, Margita. Hi.
Hi. Hi, how are you guys?
Hi, Margita. This is Sophie. Hello. Good morning.
I'm fine. Good morning to you.
Thanks.
So we can't see you though. Is it okay? So I'll be leaving in another, say, 5 minutes, Margita. So if you want to say something, or else we will meet next week, Saturday.
Hello?
Everything is well? All
Yeah,
is
we are
well at
fine.
your...
We are fine, thanks to Lord.
Yeah, okay, okay.
So we can see next week. Yeah, that's better, I think, because today is the Mother's
Yes.
Day here. Everybody's busy. So happy Mother's Day
Yeah.
before I forget.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah,
And
thank you.
okay, okay.
yeah, so we can meet next week.
Yeah. Thank you then.
Thank you also. Have a
Bye.
pleasant day.
Bye.
All right.
Yes, yes. Bye.